Hey, this is Dave and Rich again at housebearings.com. Today we're going to show you how to build your very own fire pit. If you're new to our channel, consider subscribing. We want to show you how to do a project yourself and save a lot of money in the process. So here's what we have. This patio we did before. You can see that in a previous video. We'll have a link for it in the description below. What we have left is an open area for a fire pit. And the way we always do things, we do it ourselves. And so what we're going to do, we have this leftover fire brick. This stuff's super expensive. They're like $5-6 a piece. But when we took out the chimney inside the house, we saved it. And we wanted to reuse it for a project just like this. And so we're making basically what is a liner of fire brick. And this will, the reason you use fire brick is because when you get a hot fire, moisture inside a regular brick like this will sometimes crack or even explode if they're really moist. And so these fire bricks are fired at a really high temperature. It makes them really durable when it comes to flames. So we're making an interior ring of fire brick, and then we're going to surround it with these are paver stone that complement our patio. And so we're going to go ahead and have these all around the outside. And then ultimately we're going to have a limestone something that looks like a limestone cap. And we're going to trim these to fit. They cut just like the pavers. We use a diamond tip blade and a circular saw, and it does a great job. We're just going to come here and take a couple inches off, and that'll be our rim cap. You can see we've left a couple holes here. We're going to have a floor that's made of these fire bricks, and then these will be at floor level, and this will just allow air to get in to feed the fire. Cold air is usually lower, hot air is higher, and as the hot air rises, it'll pull air in and just help soak the fire that much more. So with that process, now it's just a matter of putting these fire bricks in, and we've chosen to dry stack the fire bricks just because we once had to redo this. And I'm taking measurements off this wall to make sure this wall is running parallel, so it's not doing this as we go. Okay, so we still need a little one for that. Yeah, I didn't see any, so we may have to just get a hammer out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start chopping.
All right, so how are you cutting these?
I'm using a very precise method. I will take half brick. Then I will line it up, just kind of to see how much I need. This one's probably a little bit more than half.
Okay.
And then take the chisel and you just want to kind of hit it straight on a few times until you start to see a line coming through. And then I'll move the chisel down onto the corner. And then we'll just eventually break right off.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Then you got brick.
Nice.
Ta-da.
Alright, so now the floor is being constructed. We're almost done.
Alright, so our fire brick liner for our fire pit is done. Used about 125 fire bricks. You wouldn't have to use, well, this is pretty large patio fire pit because you can do 2 or 3 fires in there if you wanted to. But if you're going to do a duplicate of this, that'd be 125 times $5 or $6. So yeah, you're already into $700 in fire brick. But there's other ways to go around it, to go about it, to make it not so costly. But if you know anyone who's tearing down a chimney, get all over that fire brick, because that is it's quite a find. All that's left is to put the brick exterior in, but the sun's going down, so that's going to be tomorrow's job.
All right, so after the first day, that's how it's looking.
Yeah, this only took an hour.
Looks great.
Yeah.
It's like
after we spent 2 days deciding, it only took an hour.
Today we're going to mortar a surround around the entire fireplace out of these bricks that Avi is on. And then we're going to put a little capstone on top of all of that.
Alright, so the hardest part of this whole job is to cut. We're going to cut these bricks on a 45 so they get a mitered corner. The one reason being is because these are pavers and they have a different look on the sides than the front. So by making them a 45 cut, we can have this side look continuous. Alright, so what we're doing is we're just going to use our triangle here. And I got to cut it on both sides, but we have a masonry or cement bit blade in here. You can see it's a little different than your typical saw blade. That's diamond tipped, and it pretty much goes through this like butter. It makes a big cloud, and so we have 16 of these that we have to cut. That's better.
Very nice.
So it's 2. 14 more to go.
Okay, so there's your 45.
That's how she's gonna look.
Do you have a mortar technique that you have any tips about?
Yeah, you gotta try and put the same amount of mortar on each brick.
It looks like you mixed that mortar up really well, so it's like the consistency about like peanut butter,
Yeah,
and that way you can work with it,
absolutely.
but it's not like dripping off the thing.
No, you don't want it too wet. Just enough to stick.
Hooray. Looks like you have this knocked out in no time. Alright, now he's suited up. Look at all that safety gear. He's got his eye protection, ear protection, and a respirator. The first row is done. Hooray! Alright, so here's the first look at the mitered corner. Look at that! Wonderful.
It works.
Alright, getting there. Almost ready for the top layer. Alright, so we're actually using 2 different kinds of mortar. For the exterior brick, we are just using regular mortar, but these yellow bricks are fire bricks, so they're made to handle intense heat, and because of that, we're using this special mortar, which is called castable refractory cement. So that's going to go on all of the fire bricks.
Move to the left.
Alright, so we got the 4 corners in place. Now we're going to do the 2 front pieces. Well, we're losing the light here, but we're on our next to last piece, so just got to put that one in. And then the next day that it's not raining, we're going to put a sealer on the brick. And just like that, bam, we've got a fire pit.
Hopefully this gives you some ideas as you try to do your own outdoor fire pit. If you got anything out of this video, go ahead and give us a like. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. We've got lots of videos coming. We want you to be able to get them. Be sure and hit that bell. You'll get notified by YouTube when we put out a new video. If you've got any questions about how we did this or how you might be able to do the same thing, go ahead and shoot us a question. We'll be glad to answer it. And again, thanks for viewing. See you next time.
Where's your s'mores, man?
I know, I need some. We have the stuff, we have the fixings. I should go get some. Oh, that's real satisfaction right there. Probably of all the projects we've done, this has been the most fun after the fact. You know, you get to enjoy the fire. That's fire.